it's me, Ashley Brooke. For those of you guys who don't know me yet, I'm autistic, and I have 2 autistic kids. I had many challenges, more so when I was younger. I have them still enough today to where it affects my health. I have seizures, uncontrollable seizures today, still. I was nonverbal till I was 7. I stopped talking again from 10 to 11. And in 2020, when my mom died from COVID, I stopped talking again for like 2 months. I think it was like 2 months. So I definitely understand autism a lot because I live with it. You know, I am autistic. So I wanted to just go over a topic with you guys because it was very confusing for myself growing up because of you know the way people communicate. I've always been very literal and highly sensitive, and if I feel that I can't meet an expectation, it's normal human behavior to reject or resist. And some people would say that I was, aggressive or, I didn't listen. Like, I was sort of like, I would look if they try to touch me, they try to help me, I shove them off. I wouldn't do anything if somebody was coming at me directly, like, in a mean way. Also, when they would tell me the way that they worded things, sometimes it implied that it would confuse me, and I would think that they were saying like that it was a request, that like I have to do it, because they would word stuff differently. So I'm just gonna stop babbling now. I'm gonna go into the topics I think is really important. It might help some families out. So the topic is called, I'm reading it up here, you guys clear up the communication.
The angels got together.
A lot of times when I remember being nonverbal, I understood everything that they were saying,
so they sprinkle moon dust in your hair.
The way they communicated
golden
made it
starlight
seem
in
very
your eyes.
and the way that they worded stuff, the way that they were, like their demeanor, also made me feel like if I didn't
That
meet
is
that
why,
expectation, like how would they, would they call me stupid, would they call me freak or retard or whatever. My family was very discriminatory, and I don't think they understood autism back then, so they probably just thought I was just crazy or weird or something like that.
Just like me.
They were uneducated. So
they long to be.
Clear up the communication. When you're talking to, and this goes for any child, I believe. So requests start with please, okay? So don't say please, but say thank you. You definitely want the child to feel praised, but you don't want to leave it like, oh, can you help me clean this up? That's very much like you have a choice to say no, or they think that they can just be like, haha, giggle and be like, no, and they'll kind of like let it, kind of like avoid it, They're children, even though, we're different, neurologically we are different, the way that our brains function.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together.
They're still going to try to resist. So make sure that you say thank you and be very descriptive in exactly what you're asking them to do. Like, don't say, like, this place is a mess. Like,
that is why.
Like, don't joke or use things like make it happen, you know what I'm saying? Or like they'll use, my family used to do that. They'd be like, get with it. They always tell me, and I'd be like, what? And then I'd be like, and I was just very confused on like what they were saying, and it kind of just made me feel like I don't know how to deal with this, and I'm just going to shut and avoid that whole, I'm just gonna delete that whole scenario. So I want to make sure that you guys are paying attention to the linguistics, like the words that you're using. What do those words mean? Because autistic people, we tend to, when we first start learning how to socialize, we tend to really start just using the facts and the definitions of things and piecing it together like that. It takes a little longer for us to like piece it together, so it's not like an instinct to just like automatically have the emotional aspect of it, because usually we feel so much emotion so strongly. People think we don't feel emotion, but we do. We are very highly sensitive beings, and it's actually the opposite of what people think. We feel so much emotions, like I'm feeling mine and yours at the same time. It's just like, whoa, and that's why we will not respond to it, because it's a little overly stimulating. And when we're having that moment, we kind of will make our processing shut down. So make sure that you're very literal. If you want them to go put the dishes in the sink, don't say, here, go put that, clean this up, or go put that back. You have to be like, can you put the plate in the sink for me, please? And also, it's okay to say please when you're asking them to do you like a personal favor, like put your dirty dish away, because I think that it's really important that autistic children feel respected equally, and because we're so used to being treated like we're not equal, we have that little we feel a little sensitive in that area. So I feel that if it's something for you, give them that equal respect like you would an adult. But if it's a chore, something that is that they have to do, then that would be different. To let them know that is just the way it goes. It's not a choice. These are your chores. I go to work, you do your chores, you go to school. It's not open for discussion. It's not it has to get done. Period. And I feel it's important too to always if you feel that maybe you are too strong or you see them getting overly stimulated, I always say give it a second, walk away, then come back and let them know that. Just be honest and just be like, I'm just trying to understand you, I hope I'm not hurting your feelings. I love you. Always remind them that you love them, and that that you guys are gonna work, that you guys are gonna get it, it's hard to understand, honey, what you need. Try to communicate. I love you. We're gonna work on this. We're gonna get there. Always, even if they're nonverbal, especially they're nonverbal, they need that reassurance, especially when they can't speak up and express how they feel. It just helps them feel better, I'm talking from my own personal experience, because I was nonverbal for so many years. Let's see. Also, don't when you're speaking, you don't want to be unclear or vague. Like I was saying, you don't want to just you want to be very descriptive in the way that you ask and say things, and respectful, because we're so analytical, we read into everything. It's we'll pick up and be like, oh, that was rude. We're gonna be highly sensitive and be like, that's offensive, or and then we're also well, actually, you better be also know what you're saying and make it, you can't just go and be a dysfunctional parent and then start trying to boss your autistic child around. Even nonverbals, they're going to have their opinion of you in their head, and they're going to be like, I'm not going to listen to you. Because it doesn't make sense to them. It's going to make them feel I don't trust what you're saying, because I have no reassurance that you are looking out, reassurance that you're looking out for me. So we're very highly sensitive. Remember that. Also use you don't want to use negative commands like don't yell, stop running, watch it, quit playing. These things can confuse and make any child, I would believe, but more so I believe with autistic child, feel like you're discriminating against them, because we are all really discriminated against on the daily. People don't even realize, unless you are autistic, you know what I'm talking about. Also put a poster in your house, but just do one rule at a time, because you want to make sure that you're being realistic and that you can enforce that rule consistently. So find one rule that's super important, put it on a big poster. This is for you. The poster's for you you can remember to reinforce it and to be consistent. If you are consistent, the child will eventually realize that that's just the way it goes, and they will, and always praise them, of course. You always want to give them a reward, but don't give them a spontaneous reward. You don't want to bribe your child, because then they're going to be